Black holes have always been these giant masses of mystery floating around in space, something we've always had questions about but zero answers. But that's finally changed. Join us in this video as we get you up to date with what scientists have just announced about what they've discovered inside a black hole. And well, this one's about to get crazy. The first black hole. It all started in 1916 with Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity. He was the first person to predict that they even existed, although the official name, black hole, came around 50 years later. While there were some scientists who believed Einstein's theory, others were dismissive of it until Cygnus X1 was found in the late 1960s. While studying the Cygnus constellation, the researchers noticed an oddly bright blue star that was emitting X-rays, and it wasn't a stagnant star. It was going around a giant black something. Upon further research, it was found that the X-rays weren't just moving around on their own. They were being sucked into the black thing they were orbiting. Whatever the entity was strong, and it was consuming everything around it. That's when science officially had proof that black holes actually existed. But little did they know that things were about to get a lot crazier. The one discovery of Cygnus X1 spiraled into a bunch of others. Before long, it was found that there may be close to 100 million black holes in the Milky Way alone. But because they're so incredibly hard to detect, we still don't have a 100% certain number. But from the looks of it, it's in the several million, which is what makes them even more important to study. According to most physicists around the world, a black hole is an entity where anything that enters it compresses down astronomically until it becomes a singularity. In simpler words, they've explained that because of the way black holes work, if someone was to fall into one, they'd get stretched into the shape of spaghetti, slowly dying before the final spaghetti form sets in. But still, that's one of the scariest parts about the research that's gone into black holes, and also what makes everyone want to know all the details possible. Even though the closest black hole to Earth is 1,500 light-years away, this information still begs the question, can black holes swallow the whole Earth? In 2021, scientists were able to release the first clear photograph of a black hole M87. The black hole was photographed several nights in a row, and with each photograph the researchers gathered more and more evidence about it. And with it, they were able to figure out that there are 3 layers to a black hole. It's not just one single gaping hole of nothingness. To even get to the nothingness part, you have to make it to the first 2 layers. Let's break it down. At first, you have the outer and inner event horizon, and then the singularity. There's a boundary around the mouth of each black hole. That's what they've named the out event horizon. If anything makes it to this point of the black hole, it's not leaving. It's going to either stay there or get pushed deeper to the inner layer on its way to the singularity. That's because gravity is strong throughout the event horizons and constant. So once something is in there, it literally can't leave. For something to make it out of there, it would have to travel much faster than the speed of light itself, something that has thus far proven impossible. We might take the gravity on Earth for granted, but if it were any different, we wouldn't be able to survive the way that we do. After the event horizon, we have the black hole's main big bad, the singularity. This is the point where most of the entire thing's mass is. Even though the entire black hole is to be avoided, the singularity is the point where everything is compressed down to a single particle, becoming essentially nothing. Physics doesn't function inside black holes the way it does on Earth, or most of the space we've explored. It's totally different. No rules apply, it's all chaos. What's even worse is that each black hole is different. One could have a totally different gravitational pull than the other, so you could potentially know everything about one black hole, then have to start from scratch when you start looking into another.